So my other favorite way to interrupt things is called the mindful stop. So I think there's a lot of versions of this. I mean, this isn't just my thing, but it's out there. If you type in S.T.O.P acronym, you'll probably find something about it. But this is my take on it, is the goal to help you take a step back from your emotions and from your thoughts. And so the first letter in stop, the first word is actually stop. Right? So if you were driving, right, and you got lost, what would happen if you kept driving around? You would probably get more lost. So really what the stop is, we really do need to pause in what we're doing so that we're not continuing to be lost in our thoughts and emotions. And then you take your breath, which again, if you're practicing, you're better at that. And that's kind of, again, helping you with the interrupt it. And then the O is for observe. You become an observer. You become the person. It's like you're the director watching the play, and you take stock. Or if we use the driving metaphor, when you pull over, you take stock of your surroundings. You see what is actually going on. And it's much more effective when you don't get mad at yourself that you're lost and you focus on, what do I actually know about the situation, right? And so one of the best ways to kind of separate yourself from some of those thoughts and feelings is just throw an I notice in front of the thought or feeling. So you can say, I'm so mad, right? Or you can say, I notice the feeling of mad. Or I might say, for the kids, I'll say, like, just say, there's the mad, right? Can you guys hear a difference in that? Right? When you say, I'm so mad, it's like, I'm so mad, period. What do you do with that? There's no place for it to go. But if you're like, oh, I notice a feeling of mad, all of a sudden it's like you have options. I notice the feeling I'm no good. I notice the feeling that I'm going to fail, or the thought, right? As you do that, all of a sudden it gives you the wherewithal to decide, what do I want to do with that thought? What do I want to do with that feeling? And so which ones are helpful? Which ones are not? You get to be more in charge of what's going on in your brain and then really redirect it. Which again is part of that mindfulness. And it's not judgment, right? If you notice the thought, I feel like I'm not good enough. It's not a judgment. You're just like, that's what it is. That's the state. That is the thought that's in my head. It's not good or bad that it showed up. Because I talk so many times with people and they're like, I have the thought like I'm not good enough. And then I beat myself up because I know I don't want that thought. And then I get mad at myself for having that thought. And so then all of a sudden you have this giant ball of emotions and you've been sucked in. So really what you want to do is be an observer of the thoughts and feelings and decide which ones are worth keeping and which ones are not. And what's relevant to what's important to you, your goals, your values, and what you can control. Because sometimes statements are true. I have a lot of homework might be a true statement, right? I have a lot to do at my job might be a true statement, but not super helpful to just dwell on that. But what would be helpful is think about, okay, well, I do have a lot going on, not good or bad. It just is. Okay, well, what do I want to do with that? Okay. And then you start to go in a little bit of more problem solving. What can I control? You might think about what you can delegate, things like that. And then P is for proceed with the plan. So a cool little idea is sometimes putting a little stop sign somewhere. You can even put it like on your phone. You can put a little stop sign on your phone just to remind you.